Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a flip through of my completed December Daily 2024 album. I still haven't done 2023, so I haven't done a flip through of that one yet, but I will probably do that in about 3 or 4 years time when I finish that one. I use this 10 by 8 album and I loved it this year. These beautiful flowers, like they just spoke to me, and the red inside was amazing as well. And just jumping right in, I love that red. This was my cover page. It's actually a shaker pocket. There you go. Oh, some of my shakers are coming out. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, so this is kind of my cover page. I love how that looks. Oh, I used this die cut that we got in the kit and I changed the color of that one, the December part. And then just have a family photo here. And then on the other page, I have done this repeat stamping. Sorry, I've got COVID and like my voice is not happy with me. I've done this repeat stamping and this is my reason why. So then this is story number 1. I used this transparency and I just stapled the one to it. And then on the other side, it is our family. So I've got Emma, Justin and Adelie. And then I also did some embossing of our ages here. But then I actually got our ages wrong. Justin and I are 35, we're not 34. And so I just stuck some stickers over the top and it just shows that there are mistakes. So then I've got just a little tag of each of us in here. And then on the flip side, we each filled it in. Obviously, Adelie didn't fill hers in, but Emma filled hers in. And I love her gratitude. It's my dog, my baby, my dog, my family. So I thought that was really special. So, and I'm loving that Emma can write now because it means that I get these like beautiful other voices in my album as well, and especially hers, because I've got Justin's in every album, but now I can get Emma's as well, so that makes me really happy. Over the page is a double page spread. I don't often do double page spreads, but I did more in this album. And I took a photo of our Christmas tree. It's all about decorating the Christmas tree. And I have this was a 4x6 card that I cut up and then stitched. I actually stitched it and did the whole thing previously and I just stuck it on. So that was nice. I used this card, what I love about our tree, to add some journaling. And then this, I think, was scrap lifted from Ali from last year, I believe. So I really like how that looks. On the reverse, I've just got some alcohol ink paper that I made myself and a beautiful sentiment card here. This is a flip open. I copied Nolana to do this because my aim for this year was to use big photos. And so whenever I had an option of using either a big photo or a small photo, I opted for the big photos. You'll see I've got a lot of big photos in here. And so I did a little flip out. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, so I did a flip out here of us decorating our tree, stuck this piece on there and called it done. Where's the opposite page? Oh, there we go. This was all about how I was making magic this season, and this here pulls out. Oh. There we go. This pulls out to have some more photos of making magic, and then the back is just pattern cardstock. So we decorated our house with lights this year. I got some extra Christmas decorations, and we did DIY baubles, which is what these are. And then I was talking about gingerbread latte, how I was making magic for myself as well as Emma and Adelie, of course. Although I don't think Adelie really knew what was happening this season. So sliding that back in there. So that's that one, and then this one I did some repeat stamping. I used a paper from, I think, the Numbers Story kit, and then this here is an idea that I got from Product Play. I can't remember who did it though. I'm sorry, but I did put in my post who did it. But yeah, this is an idea I got from Product Play, but I changed the colours because I wanted more vibrant colours to match my photo. So on the opposite side here is Emma's school play, and I have just used some bits and pieces on my desk to just cover up the kids' faces. And yeah, this is all about her school. It was a play, production, end of year concert, and this was a Shannan Paige's template that I used, and then I did some stitching on the ho ho ho, and then added my journaling here, created some clusters, some splatters that definitely do not look like blood splatters. I've been assured by many people I've asked, but they are red, so yeah. And I'll flip over. So here on the opposite page is Emila's, it's a 2-page story. So this is Emila's basketball. She went and played like a halftime game at like the WNBL, the Women's Basketball League of Australia, I don't know. But yeah, she played the halftime game, and so this is how I told that story. I used these cards here, and I cut them small, and I'm tucking them behind for my journaling. And then on the opposite side, there are some photos. I'm not going to flip this one around because there's some other kids on the other side there. Then I've got this little bit just to break up these 2 stories, and then this was a very busy day, so I didn't have many photos, and so the story that I told is just I got a photo of all the gingerbread men that I decorated for Emila's after school play date. Flip side here is our friend Miss Catch-Up, or Keristmas as we call it. Whose ever house it's at, we use their names in a Christmas related pun. So it's been Christmas Reeve, we've had Friendmas, and then this is Keristmas, spelt incorrectly in my journaling. And then I took inspiration from this beautiful bougainvillea that they have to pull a lot of my colours. So I've got a little flip up here, and then that's that, and I don't have to cover up any of these babies because I've got my friend's permission to use them. Now, on the opposite side here, on this side, it's my parents' anniversary, and I use this beautiful acrylic piece from Colorcast Design. I use them scattered throughout, you'll notice. And then I've got this flip open just to talk more about the story. So I'm glad that Justin and I had a bit of space between us so I can flip it open, and then I've got some more photos and, whoop, you can't see that, more photos and my journaling. The opposite side, this was from Product Play, I think. And then this flips up to have a photo of visiting Santa. And then I've got a tag here, another tag. So this is Adelie and Santa, Emma and Santa. And then my journaling, the back of the tags, there's really nothing on there. So yeah, these were the tags that I got in the kit, but the colours didn't really match. And so I sort of like changed it up a little bit using these pattern papers so they're a bit brighter. So tucking those back in. So this is day 9, and then I've did this puffy alpha on just transparency. So on the other side, I've got another photo of us talking to Santa, and then this flips open here. So that page is done. And then day 10 was, I've got this here because I felt like it needed something to break it up. I know that this is 2 transparencies next to each other, but I don't really care. So that says 2024. And then this was actually photos on this day I took earlier in the week, but we got so busy and I was so stressed that I just wanted to do some journaling about how stressed I was. This was the same time that Ali did her like too many tabs open page, and it was just funny because in my mind that's exactly how I felt. Like I just felt overwhelmed because it was Adelie's birthday party. But yeah, this was a Shannan Paige's template, and then I wanted to tell just this story, and I love it. Like I absolutely love how this turned out, how it's got the gold border and it says peaceful December days, and this colour, which I think was from the Hobby Story kit, this like pattern paper. I love everything about this page. It was simple, it was quick, and yeah, made me very happy. So the opposite side is sort of a 2-parter. It's a letter to Emma, but it's also her holiday interview that she filled out, and so she does this. She's done it now for 2 years because she can write now, so it's really nice. And so this was her little interview, a photo of her with some stitching on the photo. And then here I've created a pocket, or an envelope, sorry, not a pocket. And you open it up, and as you pull that out, that is my letter to her. So I write a letter to her and Adelie in my album every year, and I've done it since Emma was a baby. So this was the day that I decided to do the letter for her. Tucking that in, flipping that over, and on the opposite side, it is, well, on the opposite side, it is Emila's last day of school. So this is just like a little tree cluster I created on the back side, and then I wanted to add lots of little textures. So this is like a fun little, it's a filler page, like a place to rest your eyes, but it's still part of the story because that's where my number is. And then here I've got the whole like a story about it, and then on the opposite side Oh yeah, no, I've covered up the people's faces. Ha, look at me, clever. She had a little, on her last day of school, did I say this was her last day of school? I don't know, honestly. COVID is hitting me hard this time. So on the last day of school, she had a little Christmas concert as well, so I told that story on this side. So then to break up the story from this side, I'm using this cover page, and then this was the day that I took Adelie's 12-month photo. And the reason I took it is because her birthday party, which is the day after this, actually happened before her birthday. So I decided, and I wanted to display her photos at her party. And so I have this 12-month, this is the day that I took her 1-year photo, and it made me like really emotional that I took her final 12-month photo, because I'm never going to take a photo like this again because we're not having any more kids. And so I decided that this is a good day to tell a story of her and write her letter. So that doesn't have anything on the back yet. So this is just the letter that I wrote to Adelie, and it just gets tucked in there. This paper here is from one of the scrapbooking kids, but I do not know which one, but I love it. It's very Christmassy. So on this page, it's empty. The reason is because I had photographers take a photographer come to take photos at Adelie's first birthday party, and I haven't got those photos yet, so this page will be done later, but I did not, I want to include, I had little personalised chocolates, and so I just have this sticking in here for the time being because I want to somehow include that in whatever this page turns out. Okay, it's Adelie's birthday. So on the 15th, she turned 1. And this was the piece of paper that I used to take the photo from before. So I just stuck that in there. I used this layered template to tell the story. And then on the opposite side of this, I've got a big photo of her in her cot filled with balloons. And then I do a little bit more journaling and this cluster here. The reason why I wanted to do this is because last year in my December daily on the, what was it? Oh, I think it was like day 8 maybe. I took a photo of her room. And she wasn't here yet, and I did a very similar sort of clustering down the side there, and I kind of wanted, but it was on this side, so I kind of wanted to mimic that as like a throwback to last year, so that's why I've got this. Lots of fun little textures, and then that one is done. I really like how this all turned out. Like, this album is making me very, very happy. So on this side, I've got our advent calendars, and I've used these scalloped, cards from the kit, and did some stamping about our advent calendars and the day. So this is day 16. And then that actually flips up. And then you can see I've got some more photos there. And then, like I said, big photos, all about the big photos this year. So this is a photo of Emma and Adelie next to the tree. And my journaling talks a lot about how it was kind of like a magical sitting next to the tree every night to open our advent calendars. So there's that one. I cut a little slit into the side here so it can flip up. So this story makes me laugh. It was we were coming out of the birthday busyness, and it was before we went into the Christmas busyness, and because it was such a busy few weeks, I didn't do any laundry for 3 weeks, and our house was a mess. It was a disaster, and so I decided on this day to just tackle laundry, and I had so much laundry, and then all in different rooms, and it's all clean at this point, so I don't have any photo of dirty laundry, but I decided it would be funny if I just did some stamping. It says, "It is entirely possible that we may drown in laundry." Day 17, stitched that on, called it done. This was day 18. I was finally just relaxing, and we went to my mum and my mum and dad's house, and we took some photos earlier in the day, and then baby took her first proper steps. Until this moment, she sort of had taken a few steps here and there, but it was almost all unintentional, and she would freak out as soon as she would realise she was doing it. She would sit down. But this was the first time where it was the first time we got her to take actual proper steps. And at first she did it accidentally, and then we spent the next half an hour trying to get her to take more steps. So this photo is actually a screenshot from a video that I took of her taking some steps, and I love that I've got a milestone like this in this album, because I think at Emila's first Christmas album, and I'm not counting the one from last year because Adelie was only 10 days old when the album ended, but in this album, in Emila's album from her first Christmas, I think she got her first tooth, and she said mama for the first time, so I documented those in the December album, so it was nice to document a first of Adelie's as well. On this side, this was what was this? A foundation page that I'd set up called my December faves, and I really love how it turned out. Like, it makes me almost want to go back to a 6x8 album. I won't, because obviously I've got so many photos, but it makes me want to go back to a 6x8 album just so I can tell like these like sort of more contained stories. So this is day 19. It was so nice being able to sorry, Justin just came and interrupted me. Like, just go through the month and think about what are my favourite things that I've done. And so my favourite thing is we were watching Arcane. I was listening to Christmas Lights, the song, a lot, and it made me emotional because that's the song that played when Adelaide was born, like in the operating theatre, that's what played. What I was reading, what we were doing, we were going shopping a lot with my grandma and my mum. We were swimming, and then we were eating leftover birthday cake. I don't know, I'm going to actually like put this up close because I don't know if you can tell. But that was Adelaide's birthday cake, and a friend of mine made it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And so eating that birthday cake was just amazing. So yeah, so that is kind of how, I love how this page turned out. Like, I used the paper that matched the die cut, and yeah, looks lovely. This is day 20, and it was another day where we went to Cardinia with Emma. We saw Santa. Cardinia is a shopping centre near us, and we went there a lot leading up to Christmas because it wasn't super busy, and I don't love busy shopping centres. They give me panic attacks sometimes. Sorry. So yeah, this was a story of how we went shopping, and then Emma and I went to go get Starbucks because they literally just opened the day before this, the Starbucks near my house, like 5 minutes from my house. We haven't even had Starbucks in Western Australia ever, and so we were so lucky because they opened one about 20 minutes away, and that was such a drive, and I was like, oh, I want to be able to tell a story about Starbucks in my December daily, and then they opened one 5 minutes from my house during December. I thought it was a Christmas miracle, except we didn't have they didn't have the festive cups. But that's okay, hopefully next year, and either way, it was nice to be able to tell the story. And then I have so many Starbucks-related products. It's not even funny, because like obviously in every kit there's some Starbucks-related product. But of course, could I find it? No. So I don't have any of that here, but next year. So yep, this was the day 20. I like how this page looked. This was one of the digital paper pack, the 8 by, was it 4 by, I don't know, the 3 by 8, I don't know. That's part of that, and then I mimicked the trees on both sides, and I really like how this looks. Day 21 is one of Dealy D's. If you're in Dealy D's Patreon, she usually in December she does like a lot of like December themed videos and goodies, and so this was a sketch that she gave us to do, and so I used her sketch to do this page, and also I used some of her papers as well. So I really like it. This is just, we had our boxing Christmas party, and we had our boxing Christmas party, and we all dressed, not Christmas party, we had a boxing session, but we all dressed as Christmas, in Christmassy colours. Most of us did, some of us didn't, but yeah, it was really fun. A pretty scrappy page, like not really the kind of thing I would like normally have in my albums, but I love how it looks and how it kind of breaks up. It's like more paper heavy rather than photo heavy, and I do like how it breaks it up a little bit. So this here is, I used this die cut insert as a jumping off point of us looking at twinkle lights. Now, I got the layer templates from Ali Edwards, the Ali Edwards website, and in that kit there's actually a layer template to match this particular photo. But keeping in mind, if you use that, those layer templates are sized for the inside of the page protector, not the outside of the page protector. So I set this up, and then when I printed it, the photos were too small, but it was fine because all I did is I matted it on some other cardstock that I cut using the properly sized one as a template. So, there you go. So I use these ribbons to kind of be like little pull tabs, and then this got little peekaboo window. On the other side I just did some gold embossing with like a very old stamp set from Ali Edwards December daily release, but I can't remember which one. I've got my journaling here, a little photo. I love this photo because it's got Emma, Adelaide, Justin and Ivy. And then this one opens up, And then this is Emma with Adelie and Emma with Ivy. On this side it's just a blank one, and I have this little sticker. And then I used this from the kit. It says Twinkle Evening number 22. And I love this photo of Adelie. She looks so, that's all she did. It was her first time seeing twinkle lights, and she was absolutely obsessed. And she just kept pointing and saying, there, there, there. And that's why Emma in this photo actually took her from Justin and like went up close and showed her all the videos. And it was such a special, it was so special looking at them. So I was really happy. Day 23 was a very simple one, because I didn't want to do too much, because like the last few days like are busy. And so on day 23 I told the story of the handmade Christmas ornaments that like we made. Emma and I and Adelie, I guess, made these salt dough ornaments where we did like handprints in salt dough, and then I baked them and we cut them out, and then we painted them. So Emma and I did these, and the big ones are Emma's hands and the little ones are Adelie's hands. So every family member got a pair, and I kept the pink ones. And I just have a tiny bit of journaling here, and then I actually kept some of the ribbon that I looped around these that I used to put on this tag. And then that was done. Simple, straightforward, nothing too crazy. So now we go into like Christmas Eve, and so this whole chunk is like an album in itself. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are usually so busy because it's always like lots of little things we do. So I'm starting on the 24th of Emma and I. We decorated a gingerbread house, and well, mostly Emma, she was really in charge of it. And then I've got a little bit of journaling about that here. So I'm using the decorating card that we got in the kit last year. I'm so sorry about my voice, like I can feel it starting to struggle, so I'm going to rush through this. So yeah, we used this, like the card. I did some journaling about how we did the gingerbread house, and I really love how that looks. So I printed this cardstock in the back from the digital kit, but my printer like makes it really super bright, and so I used vellum over the paper to kind of tone it down a little bit. So I like how that looks. And here we go into Christmas Eve. So we usually go to my parents' house for Christmas Eve, but this time we went down next to the river and we got some like amazing family photos. We all dressed in like matching outfits, and so I actually used this dress to the nines because I thought it was quite perfect. I had this like giant tutu skirt. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like this big tutu skirt that's like red and pink, and it was just so Christmassy. And then the shirt that said, "Oh, what fun." So I felt quite fancy going for a picnic. And so I did some journaling here, and this was actually the evening where we all got COVID. My brother got it first, and then he tested positive on the 27th, so 2 days after Christmas, and then we've all had it since. So on this page, it's just a big family photo of just like our family. So here we've got a photo of everyone that came, and on this page it's our family. And then I've got here, we went back to my parents' house after the picnic. We were so tired, honestly. After the picnic, we went back to my parents' house and opened presents. And so I've got some journaling here. I've got the photos of Emma and Adelie amongst the presents, and then all of Emma's presents because most of them were hers. And then on the other side, it's us going home, and every year we do a little selfie of us in our matching Christmas pajamas, and Emma sleeps in her little tent next to the tree. However, we had a disaster. It was a disaster, I tell you. I couldn't find Emma's Christmas pajamas, and so we didn't have a matching set. And so I called my mum. I had a cry. Like, I literally was like in tears on the phone to her. And then it was a bit of an overreaction, I admit, but I was quite tired. It was quite late. And she's like, "You can do it again next year. Why don't you this year just put some white t-shirts on?" And then we all wore like Christmas shorts, that because we've got many of those. So yes, so it's okay, it doesn't matter, but we didn't have matching Christmas pajamas this particular year, but it's all part of the story. And so going from that, we go into Christmas. So I use these big felt numbers and the word Christmas to kind of like break up these two sides, and then that goes straight into a huge photo of Christmas morning. We were sitting next to the tree opening presents. Whew. This is us. My dad comes over every Christmas and takes a photo of us as a family next to the tree. So this is that photo, and then just some more photos of opening presents. This tag idea is something that I've seen Leilani do a lot, and I really liked using this, like, so this tag is from, I think, maybe the Star Scrapbooking kit. It's not a tag, it's a piece of paper that I cut down into a tag, and I put my journaling straight onto it. Had another little photo, and then here I am just using no more journaling because all my journaling is here, but just created some cards, and then this was from the stash last year. And then I love this photo of Adelie. It makes me so happy because she just pulled this funny face. Emma opening her Christmas present, and then Justin just joining in on the fun. On the opposite side, it's just more of that story, and then moving on to this side is our Christmas Day celebration at my sister-in-law and her partner's house. So I've got a photo here. There we go. So I put my journaling here, and I used some photos along here using this die cut insert, and then on this side I've got some more photos, and that is my little nephew, but my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law don't want him on public, which is fine, so that's why I'm covering up his face, and I made sure that he's not in this photo. So that is a photo of everyone opening Christmas present, and then that is the final sort of photo from Christmas Day. I do tell more of the story on the journaling on the other side, but honestly I didn't have it in me to add more photos and more, because we did something on Christmas evening, but I just had to call it. I have been doing the last few pieces of this album when I was very sick and not vibing at all, and so I'm closing off the album just with a photo of us as a family with Santa, and then just a little thing that says Merry Christmas. And that is it. That is my album for this year. I love it. I love it. It makes me very happy to look through it. Now, it's not 100% complete. I'll do that in a second. Oh yeah, I'll just leave it at that. No, it's not 100% complete. I still have to do that one page, but I will share that when it's done on my Instagram, and I am still going to be sharing all of these photos on my Instagram and the ones that I haven't shared yet. So thank you very much for joining me. I will be back soon with another video, and I hope you all had a wonderful festive season. Bye.